Welcome to Thriving Tribesmen podcast. My name is Curry, your host, and I'm excited to be making this episode. Today, I'm going to be talking about just comparing yourselves to the other people. And I think this is one of the biggest issues that we have as a species, that we compare ourselves to other people, and therefore sometimes if that person is doing better than us, we therefore feel inferior and use that as an opportunity to really bash ourselves. And really, there's more so this time when you look at social media and you see people usually take a snippet of a moment, and in that moment you can read anything into it. So sometimes you actually think these people are having amazing, great lives, but the truth and the matter is that we all don't know what's really happening. And you might have the same thing as well, where you are living that kind of life where from outside you're giving off this really amazing family unit, but you're suffering on the inside because you guys are not being intimate, but you're giving off this sort of facade that everything is okay. And I'm speaking about this because I was speaking to somebody recently and they were feeling very depressed. But the sexless relationship was the actual thing that they were pinning it on. But this thing that they kept saying was like, oh, my friends seem to have really nice things going on. My brother has just got a promotion. And there was just this comparison to other people that was just unfair on his own reflection of his life. So when you audit your life, you cannot determine success or whether you've succeeded or you failed based on what other people are doing. I think one of the key ways of being happy is to understand your own race. Race is in the race that you're running in of life. When you understand that and you understand your purpose and what you want to do and what you want to achieve, then the only person that you compare yourself to is you yesterday. And I think this is a very, very important thing, especially when you already have a sexless situation. Having a mindset where you think of yourself in a sense of, I've got a purpose on this world. And I think just taking it back a step, I think most people feel like they just exist in life. They were just happen to be born and then they just happen to be existing. And I think when you look at it from that perspective, it makes you almost no different to a leaf, just in the wind, wherever the wind blows, you go. And when we do that, generally, in order to determine where you're going, you start viewing other people as a gauge to see whether you're going the right direction. And you usually, when you look at other people and then you start comparing yourself to other people, it can make you feel even more less important and inferior and not worth anything, because like I remember some guy saying that he just made $1 million. He was really rolling high. Decided to go to Dubai, and then he booked this really expensive place. Where he had come from, he was the richest guy, but he ended up in a room where he was clearly the poorest guy, even though he was a millionaire. And he just said, it doesn't matter what you do, there's always somebody who's going to be better than you. Now, this is just a gauge of how we see things, and we view success as, financial success, and whether you've made millions, what car you drive, the area code that you live in, how big your house is, what type of job you have, salary that you earn, all of those things are the things that we are now conditioned to measure success. But today I just wanted to say, I think we need to recalibrate what you think is success. I think any success should be measured by how well you treat people, and also how people can talk about you based on the interactions that you have with them, or at least the relationship that you have with them. I think when you can impact people's lives, people around you, your family, your children, those having a balanced family unit, and again, one of those things that are like intangibles. If I can control the intangibles of my 10-year-old, that she's feeling happy, she's feeling content, she's feeling good about herself, she's feeling confident about herself, she's not feeling inferior because of social media. She has positive relationships with other children. She's got goals. She's wanting to achieve certain goals. If I can instill those things inside her, I'm feeling like I'm doing well as a dad. If I can continue growing with my wife, finding new ways of interacting, finding new ways of connecting, and besides pushing sex aside, if we can get to a point where we are both connected in a way that we are both pushing the same direction, we are achieving certain goals in terms of our relationship. There's sometimes we talk about retirement, what it's going to look like when when our daughter gets to the age of 18. If she goes to university, what does that entail? The certain plans that we have, and in order to achieve those plans, what can we do right now as a couple? And then we can look at that from a financial standpoint, we can look at it from a relationship standpoint, and we can look at it from a sex point. And those are the things that we start measuring our lives in. And when you hit those goals, it brings you to the next level in terms of just how you feel about yourself and how you view the world. Because when you compare yourselves to other people, it's just the quickest way of really being inactive and not having the ability to move forward in a relationship. I think some of you guys are in a sexless relationship because you're constantly comparing yourself to other people and you're not present in your own relationship. So this is a very important thing to be considering. And I know it's one of those episodes where I didn't plan it. I just come off the call, and it's very, very important that I just felt the need to come and talk about this. So hopefully you've taken something from it, and you can see that it's a very important part to understand. Like if you can stop comparing yourself. And again, let me just put it this way. We've got an Instagram called Thriving Tribesmen. Go over there. And if you want to start overcoming these feelings of comparing yourself and really trying to find the purpose on how to really recalibrate your life and start seeing yourself, your own race, and start running your own race as in the race of life, then just go and DM us and we'll be happy to help you. Like I said, we've got a case study group that it's now 4 positions filled. We're considering having 10 people, so come and apply as well. You said I didn't mention the program is worth $4,997, so that's what it's going to cost. But we are going to give these lucky 10 people, possibly 10 people, an opportunity to join us for free. Like I said, we're doing this because we want to be able to provide a lot of value, impact 10 people's lives, and then hopefully get some testimonials from you guys so you can see. Because it's not just the sex. Sex is going to be the byproduct. The key thing that you're going to learn is really become a real thriving tribesman, a tribesman who is able to build communities, be able to be a community leader, be able to form relationships that will cause prosperity, but more importantly, the mating rights of your partner. And this is what I think is you have to fight for your mating rights for your partner every day. So I think this is another thing which I'm going to be talking about in a different day, different episode, because I think most people don't realize that it's a continual process of reclaiming and restaking your position as the prime mating partner within the relationship. And I think this is one of the things that is not talked about, which is very important. So again, go and check it out. Join our case study group. This is some of the stuff that we're going to be talking about, and this is some of the things that you need to transform in terms of your mindset in order to be attractive sexually. So I'm really, really excited about this. Be seeing you guys soon. Take care. Have a good weekend.